Hi, everyone, and welcome to our latest edition of BookTrib Live, brought to you by Marimoth Media and NetGalley. Today, we are thrilled to chat with Harlequin love-inspired author Brenda Minton about her latest release, Her Rancher Bodyguard. We are also giving away 5 copies to our luckiest readers, and we're giving away a romance-themed book purse from Etsy seller Novel Creations. So stop by BookTrib to enter to win. Thank you so much for joining us today, Brenda. Brenda is a country girl who lives in.
Thank you for having me.
Brenda is a country girl who lives in the Ozarks with her family and many pets. When she's busy writing for Harlequin, you can find her talking on the phone with friends while drinking coffee on her front porch. Before we get our questions, can you bring us up to speed on your new release, especially what's in the small town of Martin's Crossing?
Well, in Martin's Crossing, you have lovely little stores like Oregon's All Things and Duke's No Bar and Grill, and plenty of characters who will hopefully keep you wanting to read the whole
Oh,
series.
sounds perfect. Is Martin's Crossing inspired by real events or real places that you've been to?
I've always lived in small towns, so I think that the small towns that I live in definitely flavor the books, and some of the characters that you meet in life are obviously going to touch the stories. So yeah, I think
Do you have
so.
any favorites of the small towns?
That
Yeah.
I've lived in, I think the town that I live in right now, definitely, because it's a small town and it's still very clean and community oriented with a good school and so I think I like where
Oh,
I live.
perfect. And well, I'm glad you live there.
And it does. Yeah. Yeah, me too. And it does, it comes to play in the
Oh, good.
stories.
When you first created the characters, Boone and Kayla, did you have any actors in mind when you created them?
Any what's in
Sorry,
mind? I'm sorry.
any actors in mind when you created them?
Um, Not really when I created them, no, and I know that I gave you some and I
It's
don't
okay.
remember who, but that's how it's been a really long
I
day,
know.
Mercedes. Right? And so no, when I first created them, no, I didn't. But I always enjoy when we
Mhm.
do cover art for Harlequin. One of my favorite things is going through images and looking at different actors and actresses and thinking about if someone was going to play them, who it would be. So I think that you have more notes than I do.
How about we move on to the next question? For a ranch in
Okay.
Texas, there seems to be a lot of drama. Is that usual on a ranch?
Uh-huh. Oh, I would think it would have to be.
Why?
I mean, well, with the drama with the big families that I
Yeah.
create, I think that with people you're always going to have a little
Mhm.
drama, and then you bring in some different characters and some different backgrounds and several siblings, and definitely you're going to
The
have
more
drama.
people, the more problems.
That's right. That's
Um,
right.
what theme do you try to carry out throughout Martin Crossing series?
I think the theme of forgiveness and hope and that we can always start
Is
again.
that from like a personal experience, or is that just something like you hold close?
Personal experience, people whose lives I've witnessed changing. So yes, and just how I feel about life is that we can always start
It's a
over.
great,
And I like to see characters who get
yeah,
that
it's a great
chance.
outlook on life that you can always start over.
Yeah, you can always start over.
Kayla seems like a flashy city girl who is constantly acting out. I know I can feel the same with her. How did you come up with that character?
Oh, well, she just kind of zoomed into one of the earlier stories in her little red car, and I've known some Kaylas in my life who just kind of zoom into everybody's life, and they have a lot of drama and a lot of stuff going on, and you look at the outside and you don't realize what's going on the inside. And so Kayla was one of those characters who just kind of zoomed into everybody's life and looked carefree, but I knew she had a lot more going on.
Okay. Have you brought any characters back in Martin Crossing series? Any you wish you haven't?
There are several characters that the story first, Martin's Crossing started actually with a character from Cooper Creek, my earlier series. And I really liked her as a character. And when we decided to start a new series, I thought, oh, I can't let her go. So I just had her move to Texas. And so Breezy was one of the first characters and the first heroines in the Martin's Crossing. So, yeah.
Well, big families, they seem very important in your books. Does this carry into your family as well?
Yes, it does. Actually, I have a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins. I have 3 grown children and 5 younger children, foster children who are living with me right now. So we are definitely a big family with all the drama.
Positive
all the
drama, I hope.
Oh, mostly, yeah, yeah.
What does your family think of your writing?
I'm sorry.
What does your family think of your writing?
They're very supportive, and when it gets tight on a deadline, it can get a little tense at our house, and they all kind of run and hide, and then they come together and they're really helpful.
Oh, that's perfect.
They're very supportive.
Do they read your book?
Yeah. My 15-year-old great niece read one of them, and she said, no, that's not what I read. And I'm like, that's okay, because I don't like what you read. So I have a lot of aunts, and I have cousins who read my books, and friends who read my books. The 15-year-old is not.
As long as you have the family support, that's all that matters.
I do.
Oh, good.
I do.
I understand that you have a few too many pets. Exactly how many pets do you have, and what are they?
Right now I have just 3 dogs and 1 cat.
Just 3 dogs.
Just 3 dogs and 1 cat, yes. I have a Basset Hound, a Pug Jack Russell cross, and a Chihuahua Yorkie cross, and a really mean cat that stalks everybody. And so.
My dream is to have 3.
And then children.
Which are basically, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like pets.
My dream is to have 3 large dogs and a huge acre in the Midwest. So I kind of feel you on the same page.
Yeah, I think you would like
right
that.
Now,
that's about what we have.
American Eskimo. His name is Kobe, and he's from Montana. Kind of nearby.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Mountain country.
So we need to get the property to get the big dogs and the big family.
Big dogs are great, and big families.
Okay,
we like
perfect.
Those.
I know who to talk to when I reach that plateau in my life.
Right.
You're a country girl who loves to travel. Where are some destinations that's on your bucket list?
New York City is definitely on my bucket list. I've not been there. And I would like to go back to Germany. We lived there for a few years, so I would definitely like to go back to Germany.
Oh, you've never been to New York City?
I've not been to New York City.
Visit.
I know, right? I want to go. We went a couple of years ago to Washington, D.C., and we loved it.
It's just like there's so much to do.
So we do, even though we live. Oh yeah, we love it. Yeah, we like our small town, but we do like to visit the city.
And I've never been to Germany. I've only been to like southern parts of Europe, but Germany's on my bucket list, especially during Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Germany is great.
So much
we loved
character. So much
I'm
character,
sorry?
I can only imagine.
Character. I'm sorry, you cut out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right before that.
Character. Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you right as you say character.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
How do you come up with the names of the characters in your book?
Imagination. Sometimes a name I hear, sometimes just something that seems to fit their personality or the story. And sometimes something I see on the news or TV or so many, or even searching the internet. Sometimes I'll search for names. So
When you hear the names, do you jot them down right away?
I actually keep, if I'm doing a series of books, I keep a file. And I will sometimes, like if a really good name, I'll put the names in there and keep
Have you ever
for
met
later.
anybody with the name of one of the characters you came up with?
I have definitely met some characters
Did
with
you
these
mention
names,
that you
yes.
wrote a book with those names in it?
I think that I have a cousin whose son's name is
Oh.
Remington. So yeah, and so that was a previous character. Boone, I think we have. I had an uncle named Boone, and so that was kind of a family name that I thought, oh, I have to use that.
That is a good book name.
Yeah.
Do you always?
Yeah, I liked Boone from the beginning.
Oh, I do too. It's a perfect name. Do you always write romance, or do you try to venture to other genres?
I read a lot of romance, so that's what I've always written. I would like to write a bigger single title, more women's fiction eventually. Um, but I'm very happy writing romance. I really enjoy it. I like the stories, and Love Inspired, they have been so great to let me write stories that I really enjoy with some depth and still have the romance. So I feel like I get the best of both worlds.
Do you have a favorite romance author besides yourself?
Um, I do. I like to read historicals in my downtime, and I really like Sarah McLean and different. Uh, Julia Quinn is another historical author I enjoy.
Oh, perfect. If you could turn any one of your books into a movie, which one would you choose and why? Yeah.
Which one would I choose? I would probably choose His Little Cowgirl, which was one of my first. And it was just, it's kind of that first child. It was the first cowboy book, and the story was really special to me, just kind of finding my place. And so that would probably be the
Oh,
one.
what a cute little story behind it. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that would definitely be one of my favorites.
How would you describe your writing style?
Definitely seat of the pants. Um, I always start with a first chapter, and then I go, oh, that's the story, and then I write the synopsis, which my editor really appreciates, and then once I get into the story, I go, oh, wait, that's not even right, and it becomes something else. So I'm definitely
Kind of
seat of the
answered my
pants.
next question.
But I try.
My next question was, do you work backwards to forwards, or do you work from start to end?
Actually, I do sometimes as I'm writing go, okay, wait a second, the ending is going to be this. And so then if I'm halfway through a book, I change course to get it to the ending the way that I see the ending.
Sometimes when I read a book, I'm like, I just want to read the last sentence, and then I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
To see if
I do. Yeah.
Right? To see if you
I
can
do
kind
read
of
the last
figure out the
sentence.
pieces on your own. but you never can.
Right. Yeah. Because, yeah, it doesn't bother
Oh,
me
it
to have a
doesn't?
spoiler because I'm still going to read the book. No, not at
You're
all.
right.
No,
You're already
no.
dedicated to it. It's in your hand. It's kind of like, I just want to peek a
Yeah.
little bit and see what I
Yeah.
can
I'm
find
going to
out.
read the book. Yeah. See what's going to
Um,
go. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm okay with
um,
that.
this is a fun question. When you're not writing, I'm sorry, if you could be any punctuation mark, which one would you be?
I am definitely an
Why is
exclamation
that?
mark. Definitely. Why is that? Because everything is going to be
You like to write
exciting
in all
somehow.
caps?
So definitely an exclamation. Um, sometimes I have to, with kids, sometimes
Especially
you
in
have to
text
write in all
messages.
caps.
Yeah.
If you're sending them a text, yeah, if you're sending them a text, it's going to be all caps sometimes, or a
I need
husband.
milk and get
So
home.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I need milk, or oh no, help me, my internet isn't
Exactly.
working. Yeah, so definitely all
When you're
caps.
not writing, you're not spending time with your family, what else do you like to do?
Um, Goodness, not writing, not spending time with family. I don't know what else there is. I do like to get together with my friends. I have some of those, and sometimes they get to see me, and I like to have lunch with them or go out to dinner with friends.
Are they writers as well?
But most of the time, I'm with family. I do have friends that are writers and friends that aren't writers, so
You
I
take
like
them as they
everybody.
come.
Yeah, if they'll go out to lunch with me, I'm good. Um, Downtime, if all of the kids are at school, I have a favorite place here in town where they have really great pie, and I go sit with all of the ladies that get together there, and we all have
What's your
pie and
favorite type
coffee
of
and
pie?
talk, gossip. Yeah, we gossip.
Peanut
Peanut
butter
butter
pie.
pie, peanut
Never had
butter,
that.
peanut butter pie. Yeah,
My favorite is strawberry
yeah,
rhubarb.
it's really good. It's a cream pie. Oh, and
Have you ever
strawberry
had
pie. Yeah, yeah,
peaches and
that's good also.
blueberry?
So that's peaches and blueberry.
That,
That would be
yeah.
good.
Oh, it's such a good pie. You need to make it. Or go to that pie place and tell them to
Do
make it.
what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I did tell her the last time I was on deadline that I needed Boston cream cake
Did
immediately,
she make it?
but she didn't have it, so I ate strawberry pie.
I
No, I
mean,
ate strawberry pie and it was good.
pie is
It
pie,
was really
right?
good. So, yeah. Pie is pie. Cookie, yesterday after the internet fiasco, I had a big,
Nope.
huge cookie and a cup of coffee. So every town should
I
have a
know a
place like
couple.
that. Yeah, those
How
are
would
the
you
good
describe
places.
your writing style?
Um, other than seat of the pants, I am a character-driven author. I love characters, and um, probably as much as I love the romance, I love developing characters, and I like
I
emotional
feel like that's probably the
stories.
best part about writing is like creating your own characters and the story behind them and like this whole world around them as well.
Yeah, definitely, and um, creating these communities where readers feel like they know people and they want to stay around for a
Yeah,
while.
like being very relatable.
I'm sorry,
Oh, I just said
I
like
lost you
creating
for a
characters that
second.
are relatable to everybody.
Right, right. People that you
What
know.
was your
Yeah.
favorite book growing up?
Oh, I had several. I loved a book called My Wolf, My Friend, and another book was um, Old Bones, the Wonder Horse. And I read both of them so many. I still have My Wolf, My Friend, and I've always wanted my kids to read it, and they never would. And I read it so many times that I kept tally marks how many times I read the book. So it definitely was read, I think, 15, 16 times. It was,
They'll probably
so
read
it
it
must
and
have
you
been
just
a
expect
favorite.
it. Or you can make it a great
Yeah, I
Christmas
hope
gift.
so. I hope. Yes, here, you
A
guys need this
graduation
book. You
gift.
should read
That's
this.
what you should do.
It's a great book.
You sign the inside.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Wrap it up for them. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
any writing plans for the summer, such as like conferences, events, or any new books?
I am starting probably a new series in the
Ooh.
next couple of weeks. And that's really exciting because I think it's going to be a little different and still small town, but a little different. And I think it'll
Is
be a
it
lot
hard
of
to come up
fun.
with a new series?
Not really, no. I mean, sometimes I think it's going to be difficult and then the idea comes and it's just, I'm really excited about this one because it's just all coming together. And
When it comes
so
to
I
you,
think
is
it'll
it
be
like in the
fun.
middle of you driving or like when you're sleeping, you're like, I have to write this down?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes driving. Sometimes if I have one of the kids with me, I will say, get in my purse, quick, get a piece of paper and write this down. Or if I'm at a stoplight, I get my phone and start making notes. And so, yeah, if it's there, I have to write it down and make
Thank
sure I
God
don't
for
forget.
Siri, right?
Yeah, yeah, Siri is
Siri, I
wonderful.
need
She's
to
my
take this
friend.
note.
Yeah. So Siri helps me. It's like, Siri, I need a note. Sometimes she gets the
She's on the
words
right
wrong,
page.
but
That's
she's a
all that
lot of
matters.
help. Yeah,
I know that
that's
you have so
right.
many
She tries.
kids and pets. How do you find time to write?
Um, I write really fast, fortunately. And when the kids are in school, sometimes for some reason, everybody, when people say, oh, I need quiet and I need to go, to my office, I tend to do really well if there are a lot of kids around me, which is a good thing. And it just seems to keep
Stay
me
busy
moving
that way.
forward. So there are times, yeah, there are times I need alone, please go, don't talk, I've got to get this done. And then there are times that I'm in the living room and they're running in and out and shouting and telling on each other and I'm typing
Siblings should
away.
never
So
tell on each other.
it works.
Never,
No, they shouldn't.
the number one rule of
Somehow they
siblings.
always do.
That's what my parents
Yeah,
used to tell
don't
me.
tattle.
My brother went up to them, they'd be like, we don't want to hear it. You should tell my
Yeah.
sibling.
Yeah, no, it's constant. It's constant. Yeah.
Is it?
So I'll have to
Don't
tell
tell
them
them
that
I
rule.
said it.
Mercedes said no
They probably think
tattling.
it was a car, so it might be fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I have a couple more questions. Is it logic or intuition? What's your writing
Okay.
process like when it comes to that?
Intuition. My editor always tells me trust my instincts. So I try to do that. I don't second guess myself. I try to just go with the intuition.
Try to.
Right.
What types
Yeah.
of books are on your reading list right now,
Yes.
especially with summer coming up? Do you have a favorite genre, or do you kind of like move around all through the season when you're laying on the beach?
Just a little bit of everything. I've got some historicals and some single title romance and a Kindle full of books that I'm going to hopefully have a chance to
Is there
read
anything on your
this summer.
nightstand right now?
Right now, actually, it's in my phone, and it is a Nicola Cornick historical romance.
It's still up the
Yes,
romance alley.
yeah. And I'm about halfway through. Oh, yeah, always romance.
I think we have time for one more question. What do you think is the most terrifying thing for your main character?
For my main character, for Kayla,
Yeah.
I think for her, for all characters, I think sometimes it's facing something big in your past and knowing that you're going to have to confront it to move forward. And that is definitely Kayla. She has to face some big issues from her past in order to be able
And I
to
think that's something
move
that we
forward.
can all relate to.
Yeah, I think that scares us all
Sort of
sometimes
nice.
when you have to, face the future knowing
And
that
that's
your
what
past
friends
doesn't
and
hold you
families
back.
and books are for.
That's right. They help us with those things. So hopefully people will read something in it and they go,
And they can
oh,
relate to it.
yeah,
Yeah, and it makes them feel
I
a
can
little bit
overcome
better, and they
this.
can maybe accomplish
Right.
that thing a little bit more.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our chat, but I just wanted to thank you, Brenda, and all of our viewers for joining us to talk about Her Rancher Bodyguard. And I just want to make sure that everybody stays tuned for our next live chat next week with Judy Duarte and her book, Led by Fortune. And if you forgot, this is Brenda Minton, and her book just came out. Oop, there it is. Her Rancher Bodyguard, and you can buy it today. And thank you again, Brenda. It was a pleasure talking with you, and looking forward to maybe more
Thank you,
live chats with
Mercedes.
you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your
That'll
summer.
be fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
I will. You too.